All right, so once you've got Unity installed, you're going to need to know a couple things about um, how to get a project started appropriately. This is really straightforward, but just make sure that you're aware of a few things. So this is an older version of Unity that I've got installed on my computer, and you can see all my recent projects here. I've got a whole list of stuff. And you're not going to have this list of stuff yet because you have a brand new install. Now, in order to make a new project, you are going to want to pick whether you're saving it into the disk or onto the cloud. On the disk is better. It's local. It's harder to collaborate with other people who are working on the same project with you, but everything runs smoother and faster when it's all hosted on your own hard drive inside your computer. That's better. So to make a new project, just come up here to where it says New. Click on that. And then you get some options here. First thing, what do you name your project? This does not matter as far as what your project is going to be named. So what I'm going to recommend is do be aware that how you name things does matter, even if the actual name that you give it is not specifically anything in particular. So give it a name that tells you what it is. So for you guys in my classroom, I'm talking put your own name and give it a name. So this game is going to be called Fireball. So yeah, you know exactly when you see this thing in the future, if you share a computer with some other people, you're going to see that this is your project just from the name of it. You can see which project it is. Maybe you're going to do a game called Fireball and you're going to do a few times over. Maybe it's a good idea to put the date in here or something. I don't know. Just make sure that you give it a name that is as descriptive as possible, so that when you come back a year later or something like that, you know exactly what you're looking at. Okay, another thing that you're going to want to be very careful of is where are you saving it? So I'm going to assume that you guys have a certain level of competence in working with files on your computer, knowing where things are inside of which folders, be able to locate them. So definitely make sure that this is where you think it is. Just open that up, make sure that you are picking. I have a certain folder. So here's in my internal drive. I've got my documents here. Oops. In my internal drive, I have my documents folder, and then I have a special folder for Unity projects. So I'm just going to save this inside the Unity projects box. So open. And then in this case, it doesn't super matter whether at the beginning you choose a 3D or a 2D template. All of these different options, you can just change the settings to them later if you need to. But it just presets a few things in ways that make your life easier right up front if you choose 3D or 2D, depending on what you're actually doing. So a Fireball, this game is going to be a 3D template. So once again, we have started we've given it a good name. We've carefully decided where on our hard drive we want it. We're using the 3D template, and I'm just going to create the project. So at this point, Unity is going to write a whole lot of files to your hard drive right away. This is the stuff that will be necessary for the game to run. It takes a while. If your computer is fast, it doesn't take that long. But every time you create a new project, it copies a whole lot of those necessary files into your new project. So if you have lots of new projects, then you are going to have a ton of sort of duplicate information. So it is a good idea a lot of the time not to just create tons and tons and tons of new projects, because each new project that you create does take up a kind of a sizable amount of hard disk space on your computer. So if you're not worried about that, then there's no problem. This is the beginning of our setup. Let me give you just a quick intro to where everything is. You're going to have everything is in these little tabs. So we've got the scene tab, the game tab, the inspector tab over here, and you're going to get to know these guys really, really well. There are more tabs than what you see right here, and they are available up here in your windows. You can go to general windows. Here's your scene and game and tab. So if you lose a tab, let's say that I come over here to my hierarchy tab and I close it by accident. I can go up here to my window tab and go to my generals, and here is my hierarchy tab. I can just put it back. Notice the hotkey to do that, Command 4 here on my Mac. So I can just grab my hierarchy tab, and then I can grab that bad boy and put it wherever I like. I put it above the scene tab right now. That's probably not a great spot. Off to the side. That's kind of where I like it. Easier than this, where you are grabbing different things and slide them all around a place. Notice the layout button up here in the top right corner. When you click on that, you have a series of different options. So you can go for a 2x3 layout, which is, I don't know, some people like this for certain things, certain tasks that you're doing. You can go the 4x4 split. So you got a lot of different options here. Default. There you go. If your window gets messed up, I always just say, go back up here, grab the default setting, and you're good to go.